Madison boys are winning. Happy go lucky, Paris and free. We like to sing it, and full of meaning. We are the Madison boys.
We all have memories in our minds and our hearts that no one can ever take away from us. Butch Caruso, I'd like to ask you to step up to the dais, please. Please come up here. Sir, our committee would like to honor your father, and we would like to do that through you. Thank you so much for being with us. Your father has meant a great deal to many of us. Sal, I'm going to ask you to read this. We have something from the Brooklyn Borough President's office, and Sal's going to take it over. Go ahead, Sal.
Okay, this comes directly from the Brooklyn Borough President, and just bear with me a couple of minutes. Whereas Brooklyn is home to some of the world's most extraordinary individuals of every persuasion and every walk of life, whose influence is felt by all with whom they come into contact, it is fitting that we recognize those individuals of integrity whose exemplary record of service has greatly contributed to the betterment of our great borough and city, leaving it a better place long after they're gone. And whereas Brooklyn mourns the passing of and posthumously honors Alfred J. Caruso, coach, educator, and builder of men, head coach of the James Madison High School football team from 1961 to 1977. Coach Caruso was responsible for the growth of the team as football players, leading by example of his own athletic career. Coach Caruso was an alumni of the James Madison High School football team and also has played for the New York Giants, teacher of the team of how to also grow as productive adults. Coach Caruso instilled in his players not just the life skills inherent in sports, but skills integral to the success of life. And promoter of not just outstanding sportsmanship, but fair play on and off the field. Coach Caruso trained the young men he taught with warmth, compassion, and an iron hand, giving them direction that can be used in any difficult situation they may face in life as players and men. And whereas on behalf of all Brooklynites, I salute the memory of Alfred J. Caruso, a most honored and respected Brooklyn treasure, whose sense of optimism and goodness of heart were balm and the inspiration of all who knew him, one of the bright lights of Brooklyn, whose presence will forever live in the minds, hearts, and lives of all who knew him and now. Therefore, I, Marty Markowitz, President of Borough of Brooklyn, do hereby posthumously confer this citation on Alfred J. Caruso, and I give it to his son Butch. Here we go. Big Al! Butch, I'd like Butch to say a couple of words, because he knew his father better than all of us, and we all know him pretty well.
Little emotional here. You know, this is emotional for me. I caught it from my father. He really was an emotional guy. And he always said that the things most remembered are said with the least amount of words. Excuse me.
What you talk of?
I wish I could make it. Anyhow, first of all, he would have been proud to see the turnout tonight. You know, proud of the men you turned into. And he would have said, and I'll paraphrase because we had a previous dinner maybe 15, 18, 20 years ago. Some of you weren't there. But what he said was, he said, as he looked out at all the young men that had played for him, he said, you know, looking at you fellas, he said, when I had you guys and you were playing for me, he said, you were the dumbest bunch of people I have ever come across in my life. He said, boy, he said, what a bunch of jackasses. He said, but now as I look out upon you and I see that the type of men you've turned into and the lives that you've made for yourselves and the families that you've been able to raise, he said, I'm really proud of you guys. And he says, jackasses turn into stallions. And he said, I'm proud to be with you guys.
Yeah, yeah!
Let's get it.
Mickey DeSena, could you come up here, please?
Shut the fuck up. Have a little good manners, for Christ's sake. I'm getting a presentation here. I'm gonna be no pains in the asses.
All right, give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Here we go. Whereas Brooklyn has always had fine traditions of outstanding sportsmanship among its people, so it is most fitting that we recognize those extraordinary organizations who work tirelessly to improve the quality of life in our communities, especially our young people, especially as they pay tribute to those dedicated individuals who devote their time, energy, heart, and soul to promote athletics and the valuable lessons of working as a team and upholding fair play. And whereas alumni of the James Madison High School football team gathered together to pay tribute to Michael A. DeSena, a.k.a. Mickey, who served as assistant coach of the James Madison High School football team from 1961 to 1977. Mickey was responsible for creating school linemen from mere boys, a position in which he did an outstanding job teaching the players how to be mentally and physically strong and show courage in any and every situation. Making truth to the words, through these gates past Madison's men, Mickey also conducted numerous fundraising endeavors for the team, doing more than just his fair share to keep the program financially solvent, with uniforms and the best of the equipment, and his coaching dedication and commitment to the team had no barriers, truly proving that he was Madison's original block of granite. And whereas on behalf of all Brooklynites, I salute Michael A. DeSena as he is honored here this evening for bringing together veteran coaching and stressing teamwork, commitment, and education. I commend him for the investment he has made in Brooklyn young people, for whom he is a wonderful role model, and I thank him for all that he's done to make Brooklyn a better place to live, work, and raise a family. Now, therefore, I, Marty Markowitz, President of the Borough of Brooklyn, do hereby confer this citation on Michael A. DeSena. Mickey, baby! Coach Mickey!
Now, listen very closely. I don't intend to speak above your voices, but I have some... Oh! Act like gentlemen, please. I look around the room and I must say this to you. If I would have known that you all got so big, I would have been very careful when you were younger. A lot of you guys scared the shit out of me, I'll tell you that much. I got a proclamation here today which honored me very, very much, and I must say this. I never anticipated it would come to this point in life, because what I did on behalf of you people.
You turned out to be good men. You turned out to be good citizens. I met you, I loved you, and I will always love you. And may God bless you and your family forever and ever. Because my time is coming short. You got a long life. Lead it well. Lead it with dignity and lead it with leadership. Thank you.
Urban, come here. Richie. Folks, we still got a couple more to go. Before I made it to the varsity, we would have to play JV. And a couple of guys that helped out Big Al are here tonight, and we would like to say thank you to them. I would like to ask the days, Wendy, Steve Klein, Pettichesi, Volpe, Urban, and William Schiller would be with us, but I'm going to ask John to step up. John, please come up and represent your brother.
John Fischiller, where are you?
Right now.
Back in 1967, as a punk kid, I came down for the team. My brother was on the varsity. My older brother was cut from the varsity in '63. There's tradition, there's pride, and there's spirit in James Madison High School. And when you go back to the days of watching Marianakis and Nicolaitis play in '65, in the Tech game 0-0 for the city championship, and then Cooper and Skiki in '65, Charlie Steinhardt, when we played Lawrence, and then we played Xavier High School, Catholic schools, and they won 5 games, and then we had the teachers strike in '68 after Al's heart attack, and Mickey became the coach. We were all there. And then back, you got to remember, there was so many guys passing through the school, and we all became a family. And through guys like Philly Couture and Richie Albert, who came back from Vietnam.
Yo! If you guys don't want to hear this, leave.
We were all there, part of the family. That's what I'm trying to say. James Madison High School, to this day, to next year's team, 2008, the tradition, the pride, and the spirit. We should all go back and give something to the school, put our differences aside. The young kids playing football there, they deserve, if you have a little time or finance to give to the school, whatever you could give back to the Alumni Association. It's never too late to come back. It's never too late, because there are young people out there you build character from guys like us, older people going back to Butch's days that are here tonight. I just want to thank you all. I am a Madison football alumni, and I am proud. Thank you.
Guys, just give me a minute. All these guys got these awards. This is how it reads. Let it be known to all who set their eyes upon this page, the 29th day of March, 2008, the Eternal Order, Sons of Alfred J. Caruso, proclaim Steve Windy Klein gave of himself, and then Volpe gave of himself, Pettichesi gave of himself, and Urban gave of himself. For the love of Big Al and the love of the game, to us, the young boys of the Dust Bowl, the Golden Tornadoes, the 1976 JV football team, the 1977 undefeated city championship varsity football team, and all the teams that were influenced by his timeless efforts, in teaching, guiding, and preparing us for the most important game of our lives, the game of life itself. For this we say thank you.
Fellas, ladies, tonight is a very, very special night for all of us, but very extra special for me, because not only did I have the opportunity to be on the team with some of these great guys, but I've had the opportunity to coach and spend time with some of you guys out there now. And to me, it's a great honor and a great pleasure to see what quality people you became. You know, it's not just the era of Al or some of the other coaches, Coach Perritzman and some of the other coaches later on. It's not that brings us here. It's not only the fact that you get to see old friends and you get to talk stories, but there's a common bond here that brings us all together. And it's not just a game of football. That common bond is what you went through every day. Every day for months at a time. That common bond that you have as alumni of Madison football is that little few months of life that you experienced, that you decided to make a commitment to, that you decided to dedicate yourself to, that you decided to be part of something very special. So I want to say this last thing to you, is to tell you that tonight I am very proud and very honored to be here with all of you. I thank you. I wish you the best.
Gentlemen, ladies, the team that I played on was a very unique team in the sense that we were the last team that played for Coach Caruso, and we won the championship. I called Mickey the other day and I said, Mickey, there had to be guys that were bigger than us, stronger than us. How did we win? But we almost lost, and it was because of me. I was not too proud of that moment, but thank God we won. Because Big Al, he called a timeout. We went to the hash mark, and he looked me in the eye and he said, Toscano, if we lose this game, it's going to be me and you in the locker room with a baseball bat. All in the same breath, boom, he shakes it off. He goes to Mark, Louie, what are we going to do? And thank God they scored. And Jerome Williams, may he rest his soul, he caught the extra point, and we won 8-6. But enough of that. I would like to ask Coach Najar, Coach Perritzman, and Tommy Savato to come up here, please. Because not only did we have the opportunity to play for Coach Caruso, but we had the opportunity to play for Coach Perritzman and Coach Najar. And Tommy. Yeah, you deserve it. We're going to honor these men, and it reads, let it be known to all who set their eyes upon this page, the 29th day of March 2008, the Eternal Order, Sons of Alpha J. Caruso, the 1977 undefeated championship varsity football team, together with all the teams that came before, and passed after us, proclaim and want it known that Steve Perisman, P-Man, Coach Najar, Tommy Salvato, brought to us a new era, a transformation, the birth of the Golden Knights. With the love for the game, the flame was handed to you, from old to new. A different road was taken, not to be mistaken. You continue to teach, guide, and prepare us for the most important game of our lives, the game of life itself. Tonight we say thank you.
Thank you.
Amen. Gonna leave the cake out in the rain.
I know you're all busy reminiscing. One of the perks of coaching 39 years.
Hold on, guys.
Thank you. In the past, I never needed a microphone. Now, all of a sudden, I need a microphone. 39 years of coaching, nights like tonight. This is what it's all about. It wasn't about the money. Couldn't be about the money. We got paid about 3 cents an hour.
Got a raise.
Coach Caruso, may he rest in peace, obviously. Butch, he was a great coach. He was a great coach. Didn't get recognized the way he should have been, but he was a great coach. My first day at Madison was February 3rd, 1978. It was a snowy day. There wasn't a lot of kids in school. I remember what my grandmother said, when you walk into a place for the first time, make sure you walk in with your right foot. So I stepped into the building on Bedford Avenue, and there was Al Caruso. Now, I had coached at Lincoln, and I remember Al from the meetings, calling all the coaches prostitutes and whores. They're all a bunch of whores that sell yourself out for a win. I walk into the building, and there he is, this tremendous presence, and he goes, Perisman, welcome to the armpit of the world. That's the best way you could describe it, armpit of the world. But he was a great coach. It was a little tough for me at the beginning because he used to take a beach chair and sit by the field house our first year and watch me coach and watch that 1978 team, that first team I had. We were very fortunate. Al set the table for Madison football, and we were very fortunate. Georgie Najar, I took him with me from Lincoln. We were very fortunate to win back-to-back championships in '82 and '83 and go undefeated in '83. Certainly, this is Al's night. This is Al's team, 1977. I certainly don't want to take anything away from him. I always had a lot of respect for Al. One thing about Al, he would tell you the way it is, you know, and he wasn't really tactful, but you got to understand that he was truthful. So, you know, you got to take one with the other. But I certainly look around this room, and this guy's here from the 60s. I know that the older LaBarbera is here, and when I was graduating from Lincoln, I went on a visit to Boston University when they did have football, and he took me around on my visit. He probably always remember that. Yeah, I know. He got me drunk. I was 17 years old. You didn't get me any women, but you got me drunk. I mean, what the hell with that, you know? Exactly. So, but there's a lot of history, and I'll tell you what. 39 years of coaching, 37 years of teaching in New York City. Madison High School will always be first in my heart, no matter where I was. My fondest memories and the players that I coached were always my favorites. They will be my favorites till the day I die, and I will always remember coaching football and how much it meant to me, and I hope it meant as much to them as it did to me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, this is coming to a close. We're almost there. Thanks for your patience. We're almost there. Okay, this is one more award for an important person who is always there for us as well. Hold up, guys. Let it be known to all who set their eyes upon this page, the 29th day of March, 2008, the Eternal Order of Sons of Alfred J. Caruso, the 1977 undefeated championship varsity football team, together with all the teams that came before and passed after us, proclaim and want it known that Philip Totora gave to us his devout loyalty as a teammate, a friend, and a photographer, for the love of the team and his many friends at James Madison High School. For this we say, thank you, Phil.
Gentlemen, I'll try to make this fast. First, I want to thank all of you for coming. More importantly, I want to thank Tommy LaBarbera, because if it wasn't for him to intercept the ball in the 63 Lafayette game into the 25 seconds left, 0-0, we were able to score at that point, and we broke the losing streak of no wins in Madison for 2 or 3 years, and all you guys took off after that and contributed. So thank you all very much. And also, in memory, let's all raise a glass, in memory to the guys that aren't here, that didn't make it, all the deceased members, and Joe Lindino, especially a good friend and a good teammate. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're coming to the end of the formalities here. Just two things. Al talk in 1988. We're gonna put the TV on. Then one more thing. But guys, I just wanted to open it up. If anyone wants to take the mic for a second to tell a story or to say what's in their heart, the mic is available for anyone who wants to take the mic.
I'm going to give it quick because I know we want to eat. I played for Al from 61 to 63. And one night before we were doing the winter practice at the gym, Al had just got a new car, 1963 Bonneville. So Butch goes to me, he says, come over to the house to look at the car. So I come over, I got my stuff in my duffel bag, and it's getting later and later, and I says, I gotta get home, I gotta eat to come back to practice. He says, no, eat here. He says, eat here, at the coach's house? So, think of me at 16 years old, going to Al Caruso's house to eat dinner. So we sit down to dinner, roast beef, mashed potatoes. So my mashed potatoes, I make my little pocket there for the gravy to pour in. And I pick up the gravy boat and I pour it in. Rest of the soul, Jenny had salad dressing in there. Didn't realize it, I start pouring it in there. And Al's looking at me like, what are you doing, Barbara? So I put it in there and I said, I got to think quick. I put it down, I start eating. He goes, what the hell are you doing? I says, no, Coach, I said, I do this all the time. I said, it tastes like potato salad. But just again, this, I'm so glad I got the call from my brothers and from Toscano. This is a tribute, because any man who coached over 40 years ago to get this kind of response and this kind of respect, as was said before by Butch, he was one of the roughest SOBs that you ever played for. If he coached nowadays, he'd probably be in jail.
But obviously, what he did worked out very well, because just look around and look at the guys that aren't even here, the kind of people we turned into because of Al Caruso. Thank you very much.
I thank you very much. We're going to do the 50-50 in a minute. Folks, I just want to bring your attention to the television. For those of you that didn't see this, I would like you to see it before we have one more speaker.
Gentlemen, do me a favor, indulge me, please. Please all stand up for my sake. Thank you. Everybody rise, please. I want to take a moment of memorial silence for the man who made this all possible, Alfred J. Caruso. He was a great coach, a great football player, and a great mentor of men. Let's bow our heads and take a moment of silence to remember him. Thank you for your time.
Once again, folks, I would like to ask you to give your attention to the television.
I don't know. There's something that doesn't matter with me. Is that
Folks, if you quiet down, you can hear it. Please, just give us a couple minutes.
How are you? 1963. Half of yous weren't even born. Got Caruso in his prime though.
Single club. I'm home with 3 kids. 83. 82? Graduated 82. Yes. When did you play?
I didn't play. I just came to fuck the boosters.
Where the fuck is Pecan? When did you play?
No.
I didn't. Oh, you just here? When did you play?
I didn't.
Together?
I was with him.
When did you play?
I own the restaurant.
So you played in 79? 77, 78, 79, 81, 82, and 83.
Yeah, no, I played in 79.
I was going to compliment you on the food.
It sucks.
I'd like to really thank everyone for being here. My memories of James Madison High School began back in the early 60s. And as a follow of the team, back in 1965, before I entered high school, I saw some of the greatest football players play for the city championship game, and inspired me to try out for the team. And not being the very most athletic person, I tried for the team. And amongst my friends, we made the team and had a lifelong friendship. And luckily, successfully, had winning seasons, but it was more about our friendships than victories. It was more about the bonds we've made for 40 years than coaches. It was about the guys I met with. Racially mixed and religious mixed guys. And we were way before our time. We were before integration. We were before interracial mixing in schools. It was just a wonderful time. Everything was put aside. It was just left alone on the football field. We either did or you did not rise to the occasion and become a man. It helped me through life. I'm very thankful playing for James Madison High School. Thank you.
When did you play?
1947.
47?
No, I'm giving you mine.
And that was your senior year? And then what happened? Where did you go from there?
Cincinnati University. Cincinnati University. On a scholarship.
Thank you.
Did you ever play in the pros? Did you ever play in the pros? And then you just came. And so when did you, what made you decide to, I mean, did you play with Caruso? He was on your team, or you were a teammate?
No, he was a coach.
But he wasn't head coach at that time. So he was head coach and then came back? And then how did you sort of get roped into becoming the main assistant coach?
My balls.
I mean, so you came back and you said, you're not a teacher, right? But you said you want to go and you want to do this, you want to be part of it. How did that happen? What was the process?
Al asked me to come and give him a hand. And that's what happened. And being demonstrative, nobody would ever question what I told him. Simple.
And then you stayed up through the time that you retired.
But in every neighborhood you go, everywhere you go, everybody's a tough guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't play football. I played baseball from 80 to 82.
Who was your coach?
Pensina.
When did you play?
81, 82, 83.
Did you play football?
I played for P-Man. And Coach Ross and Masseria from Marine Park didn't choose a high school. All I wanted to do is go play. I'm like, oh, I want to go play football. They had a football team. That's how I went back.
I don't even come to the games. I'm the worst. He goes to practice.
Hey, well, live, right? This is a great reunion here.
74, 77.
That's it. 77 class 77.
Baseball, football.
Baseball, football. That's it.
Steve Mang, Al Garvey.
We were only a two-letter man, but the three-letter man is somewhere around. Where'd he go?
John LaBarba?
Yeah, Big John. You probably know. He's the tallest guy here.
He was a big chooch.
I just wanted to give a thumbs up to Coach P-Man and Coach Masseria. They did a phenomenal job when we were playing. We were there in 83, and I was there in 83 and 82. And
we're not gay lovers.
Well, I would like to be.
We would still be welcome.
Cut that out, please.
Motherfucker, Morito!
No, he wants to go traveling around.
When did you play?
No, I didn't play. I just went to the school, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When did you play?
76, 75.
And how about you? Did you play?
Me, I was a member of the city championship
That's
team.
right.
1977. With the big Howl band.
You 77?
78, 78.
What's your name?
Al Cherney. Thanks.
1983. 80 to 83.
Same. Yep. Pat Connolly. Artie
Are we
Wilhouse.
going to say something? Because I definitely want to make a statement here. Okay.
He's good with words.
We definitely have to bring up a strong point that there was no 1983 team picture put over there, and we broke the record of 1977 because it was soft. We were 13-0, undefeated Metro Bowl champs, and we broke many records, but our picture is not over there, but we'll take a rain check for the next time, so thank you.
You know what? The red light wasn't on.
This was.
Thank you.
I'm on Bragg Street.
In Darby.
Where's me? The 77 championship team. Bobby Can, fullback, number 32.
Great player.
I tried the game once or twice. I liked it.
Charlie Kears.
Hey, Bobby, you don't remember me, but this one thing I know, my welcome was you gave me a concussion. I came on the team. I transferred from William E. Brady. And I wanted to play so bad, right? But I had to earn my keep. 78 to 80.
What position?
Running back.
I just played a supporting role.
44.
When did you play?
76, 77.
When did you play?
Running back.
What's that? When did you play?
77 for 4 games. And then I quit. I'm not proud of it, but that's the truth.
Somebody.
Yep.
I played 70.
Right before us.
I think Louisville will be their toughest challenge. If they get past Louisville, which they think they will, there'll be no problem. No one else. Louisville's tough.
You played Peach.
I played 79, 75, 79. 4 years. Defensive back.
I played 1974 to 78. Played offensive tackle, defensive tackle.
He was a mean guy, man.
Offense, defense, special teams.
He ran people over. Elgin McKeachin ran people over.
Not anymore, though. I roll them over.
What was your record?
Most yardage ever. I broke the school record.
No, I mean, what was your team record?
6 and 2.
Oh, so you did good that year too.
Yeah. We lost. A guy kicked a field goal. Back in high school. Go figure.
Yeah. Oh, and that was the year Caruso wasn't coaching.
He was just watching. Caruso was great.
When did you play? What year did you play?
No, I'm just a visitor. I'm with Mike Toscano. Yeah.
What year did you play?
Head coach 78, 79.
What did you play?
Played defensive end and tight end.
What year did you play?
Same year, 79. With Gene.
And what was your position?
What?
What did you play?
I was receiver.
John has to go first.
What year did you play?
I played 79, 80, 81.
What's your name?
Tommy Salvato.
What'd you play?
Offensive line, defensive line.
What year did you play?
79 to 81. Right guard, defensive tackle. Darryl Summers.
What year did you play?
Huh?
What year did you play?
77.
What'd you play?
cornerback. 78, 79. Running back, cornerback. Paul Burns.
When did you play?
You got me already, but 78, 79.
When did you play?
75.
Up to the end.
We are the Madison boys. We are the Madison boys. The Madison boys are with happy-go-lucky parents. Goddamn it, we like the juniors. Full of movement. We are the Madison boys. We are the Madison boys. The Madison boys are with happy-go-lucky parents. And free, goddamn it, we like the seniors. They full of business. We are the Madison boys. We are the Madison boys. The Madison boys are with happy-go-lucky parents. We hate that Mickey with the stick. We are the Madison boys. We are the Madison boys. Happy-go-lucky parents. We hate Caruso.
He's calling you now.
We are the Madison boys.
67, 68.
What did you play?
Cornerback and second team.
Who was the first string quarterback you were with?
Right here. Charlie Steiner.
There's the quarterback, baby.
So what years did you play altogether?
That was Charlie Willie.
What years did we play?
64 to 68.
64 to 68.
See, he's the quarterback. He never did know the plays. Richie Urban. Where's some of the old guard?
Where's Dingles is what I want to know.
The Ding. The Dings is not here.
Making a lot of money. I heard right now that he's going to be running with Obama. It's going to be Obama Dingles.
Somebody.
Charlie wants to be named?
Don't tell anybody, but I play baseball, not football. I'm just 70, 68, 69, 70, whatever those years were. What's your name? Oh, okay. No, you're a little older than I was. I graduated in 72. But I was friendly with these guys.
Sharon, you remember Alan Charmat?
Alan Charmat, I went out.
He did. His parents lived in the same development my parents down in Florida.
Wait, Howard?
What years?
This is 72. I was 71.
What for now? Wasn't, when we were young.
What years did you play?
1972.
What did you play? What did you play?
What position? I don't know, quarterback.
I know the answer.
Oh, are you on the film there?
When did you play?
70, 71. 71.
What's your last name?
Abramson.
Mark Abramson.
I don't know.
All city.
That was back in the 70s. You didn't know much back in the 70s.
70s was
In the 70s, he didn't know what the time was.
I went to Chops.
This was your idol. Holy cow.
We played in
remember
70.
Rose?
Oh yeah, we played in 70.
Hey, we were in that locker room when they were banging their heads like a fucking bunch of nuts, man. We were freshmen or sophomore. Remember that game?
He was nuts.
Yeah, you were nuts. You still fucked up, or you're okay now?
It's a subjective thing. I don't know.
He tried to idol himself after you, the Chops. Josh, tell him.
Well, time out. They're gonna look eye to each other. See that?
Huh?
The height's everything.
You just gotta cut the rest of his hair.
Remember you went nuts. Saltzman told me, remember we were in that locker room, Rouse crying, hitting the fucking locker room. You were sick fuck.
He hasn't changed. You guys were sick. Have a good team?
That's why you're not all
each other. That was the problem.
When did you play?
70 to 72, I played with these guys.
Yeah, we had a good team. Where's he gonna live?
68 and 69. Bench. I'm standing there, we were cracking up.
When did you play?
What's that? 84 to 87.
What's your name?
Mike Calora.
What did you play?
Defensive end.
What about you? What did you play?
86 to 88.
What's your name?
Linebacker, Kevin Schwartz. Thank you.
You got me already.
All right.
I don't tell you how you raise a kid. I don't want you to have a
And they were in shock when, I shared with people that, but that's what it was, man. You did.
When did you play?
79-80.
What'd you play?
Linebacker, fucking defensive end, cornerback, offensive guard. Wherever they needed me. First time I meet Perritzman, he goes, "What position do you play?" I went, "Wherever you need me." And he goes, "Good answer."
I'm not changing.
That's it. And he took it serious.
It's all about the program. This is how we do things.
So you were a coach?
Yeah.
You before me. I graduated in 70.
Okay, I coached with Stevie Perritzman in 78 through 80.
What do you do now?
Coaching. I'm out in New Jersey now.
Oh, high school?
Sayable High School.
Oh, cool. That's good. And what's your name?
George Najar.
Good. Nice to meet you. When did you play?
Well, let me tell you something. He was my coach, all right, for 3 years. I go to college, all right? The coaches line us up in college for wind sprints, all right? And I'm sitting there, we're gonna run your asses off. I left. For 4 years, I laughed at these coaches. I laughed. This is what you call running? This is nothing. How about the time for the All-Star game? The senior All-Star game? And you're running? And the guys were like, you run like this every day, every day, every day. I went for a physical in high school. They were like, you're either going to die or you're in great shape. But
Which college did you go to?
what?
Where in college did you go?
Wagner. I went to Wagner College.
And what position?
I was a wideout, wide receiver. And then, Henley. Him, Paterno, and Bowden are the three most at one school. Do you talk to him a lot?
I haven't spoken to him lately, but as a kid that's interested in going there, as I have a kid that might be going there, that's why.
What year did you play?
What?
What year did you play?
76. Quarterback. Yeah.
How did you do 76?
Went to the championship, we lost to Flushing. Yeah. It was a good game, we lost. Last play of one of the last plays of the game, we went 62 yards for a touchdown. It was called back because of a clip. The ref threw the flag 20 yards behind the play.
Too many
I still regret it.
They're gonna break the light. They're gonna break the
You know, that's bad.
We're not paying for nothing.
When did you play?
72.
When did you play? What position?
Defensive end.
72, but you also played 70.
And he's trying to play tight end.
Tight end.
Let's keep it real, right, Timmy?
When did you play?
72, when 72? 72, I don't. 72. Kelly Brown, running back. And I love Al.
Hey, well, you couldn't do nothing with KC when
He played me. A lot of coaches didn't. That's how I know he was a great coach.
Where's Joe Felton these days?
Oh, Mad Dog. Mad Dog is in the FBI, CIA. We don't know what you play. Yeah.
69, 73, the best that ever did it. In the A division, with only one division. You lose one game, you out of it. And every team that beat us won the city championship. But their hardest game was from Madison.
Jeff had men.
Believe that. Hub, Vernon Hubbard, 69-73, the real team.
Went in there one day and had this Brooklyn shit all over the place. I go, which part of Brooklyn are you from? He goes, I went to James Madison. I go, hey, and that's how I started. He graduated in '70, pulled out a yearbook and everything. Started showing me people I recognized, but
I knew exactly who he was.
he had a brother. He said he had a brother too. He ran track. He might have played football his senior year, but
He was a little guy.
you know what? He was a class president.
Yeah,
He was a class president. I graduated in '72. Bannister. I happened to be MVP my senior. I got voted MVP my senior year.
In '72, you couldn't read the name, but now you can.
That's right. Great, that was a good year. High school was in
show up for practice, and then the next day, and then later on he was like walking by the field. What did you do? Caruso says,
I played in 1969, 1970 with a bald-headed prick named Mark Roush, who's taking these pictures right now.
When did you play?
I played for Al Caruso 1968 to 1970, and I have the fucking wealth to prove it. Right?
I was a lackey for Mickey in '69 and '70s. That old black magic's got me in a spell. That old black magic when I smell so well. I don't remember anymore. 68. So fine.
68, I graduated 69.
You're gonna let a little thing like that stand in your way?
No, I wanted to stay. They wouldn't let me. They told me I had to leave.
They were all really good.
71 to 73. And defensive end.
When did you play?
75 to 77, linebacker. Championship team.
What's your last name?
Corello.
Why would they come here?
It's true. When did you play?
When did I play?
What year did you play?
61 through 63.
You played quarterback.
I was a quarterback. I attempted to be a quarterback. Some of the times I was a hunchback.
Did you go on to college? Did you play ball?
I played ball in college. I played at the University of Massachusetts.
You were drafted?
I wasn't drafted. I tried out for the Giants. They felt I was too small. They were looking for prototypical drop back passes, 6'4", 6'5". I couldn't fudge my height.